Is there hope still of a comeback here to seal our qualification into the next round?
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of the Corners of Europe Challenge, and welcome to the Cup final day, where in today's episode we are going against the toughest of all here in Norway. We're going up against Molde in the Norwegian Cup final. A bit of a kind of a shock result that we've managed to make it this far. Never really in the plans too, but with some nice fixtures, a very nice draw along the way, and we have managed to make the final, where in today's episode we will be playing against Molde, as I said, the team who finished the league table in first place, 0 losses. They've done an invincible season, and we're going to have a very, very tough time, I reckon. If we can get the tactics right on the day, though, I think we are going to be able to hopefully cancel them out. I mean, if you take a look at goals against here, we are the team, a joint top team, to have conceded the most goals against them, or scored the most goals against them. We were nearly on for wins in both of our games. If we go to the somewhere along the top here, 4-1 win. We were winning against them, 4-1 loss, I should say. But then we did unfortunately lose out on that, and then in the reverse fixture down here, we scored 2 goals here to pull off a bit of a comeback, but then we did unfortunately go under a bit of a collapse. So if we can get the tactics right today, I've gone with a few kind of interesting decisions. We have to respect the opponent, that is the tactic, and we know exactly what's on the line. The chance at qualifying for Europe once again next year is going to be tough. But we're going to give the best game that we can at the Ullevål Stadium, National Stadium of Norway, I believe, 27,000 seater here in Oslo, where we travel to today. And yeah, hopefully we can come out with that win and get the third ever Norwegian Cup. Yeah, the third ever Norwegian Cup for Tromso. That would be very, very nice. In the Conference League, we currently sit 20th place. A few more games since last time out, since that game against Wien. We had a game against Estoril Praia, the Portuguese team. We went ahead in that game. Really should have won it, to be honest. I mean, our luck in some of these games, if the XG comes up, yeah, 2.56 XG in comparison to the 0.35 of this Praia team, and they still managed to beat us, or draw with us, I should say, and get the goal to deny us of some points. But what can you do, really? A 2-0 win, much needed at home against Ankaragusu, with Luke set for at least a playoff spot. Probably not the top spots, you know, the kind of automatic qualifying spots. But yeah, we just need a point or two from these 2 games. If we win the Vikingur game away, I think the episode will be done ahead of the CSKA Sofia game, which will be always good. But if we don't need to play it, we won't play it. So we'll instead just play these 2 games for today. But more importantly, we've got this game against Molde. We need to win it if we want to go to Europe again next year. 12th place in the league is where we finished. An absolutely ridiculous finish, to be honest. We need to make some transfers in the summer. If we take a look at the balance, 3,000 in wage budget, 1.4 million in the bank. So we'll move that wage budget around a little bit. But we really need to make some signings, especially in that defence. A few have already been made, but we'll have to look a little bit further. Free agents mainly for us at the moment, but there's going to be some big signings we need to secure that backline and make this team and take them back to where they were last year. Huge game for us. Let's go and play the Norwegian Cup final against Molde. So the team for this game against Molde, we're going to soak up some pressure probably early on. It's a tactic that's worked for me before, and we can go and hit them on the counter-attack. You know, if we need to get a goal, we can obviously go on this positive mentality. It's something I forgot, you know, when we were with Santa Clara, we were playing counter-attacking football, then we go to KA, it's possession, here it's possession, tiki-taka style. We can change the kind of fluidity and not play where we soak up pressure and hit them on the counter. If we need to go positive to get that goal, we will. But I think we start today on the cautious mentality. This team, it starts with Hårgaard in goal. We've got a backline of him, Jorgensen, Hansen and Sjogvist, Dahl, Enerson, Norheim in the midfield, Erline on the left, Kuta on the right, and Nordbo up top. Kick off here in this cup final against Molde. I think the only games they've lost all season will be Champions League games, I assume. So if they have even lost any, they are in the Champions League, I believe. Huge game for us. We know exactly what's on the line, and to come away with the result from this. I mean, one, our job is on the line basically at this point. It's a bit of a rough patch for us because of that crazy end to the season. Dahl at the near post, he's put a header over the bar. Our job is on the line because they're thinking, we haven't achieved a top half finish, which is fair. We really should have. But if we get a result here today, maybe we put ourselves in a bit of a better position. European football once again. Next year, it'll be in the midwave there. You know what I mean? We guarantee for another season some European football. I say this because there's no guarantee we win the Conference League this year, so we need to qualify for something once again, and we don't want to miss out if we don't have to. And it's been a poor season. We really should have qualified again, and Molde have just taken the lead like that. European football is being taken from our hands if we don't get a result in this game. We need to find something here. We've tried the cautious mentality early on. Is it going to work? I'm not too sure. I mean, you can soak up pressure and defend well, but can we defend well? This is the thing. Maybe we do go positive and exploit our attacking ability and then see what we can do. I think we will. I think we'll try. It is a change forced by the goal, but if we think a bit more logically now at this point, obviously we've got that real threat in attack that we can use, and if there's a time where we need it, it is now. The game has calmed down a little bit now by the looks of it. Not really too many chances for Molde now in the rest of this first half, as the half-time whistle will go here. 45 minutes. And we're 45 minutes away from qualifying for Europe or not. We need to make some changes. Second half, we go out and we try and find this goal in this game. Not really too much happening by the looks of it though. I think we'll make an early change here, bring off Erline. I think I'll bring on, I mean, we've not got much sharpness in these boys here. I think it's a tough one. I think we bring on Francis Can, a reliable option, not really had much time, but if there's a time where he can make himself a hero, it's definitely in this game. Are we going to find a goal here? Strogvis finds himself on the ball. He is dispossessed there by the goal scorer for Molde, and now it's Saul in the midfield. That is the Atletico Madrid Saul by the looks of it. They're just knocking it around, taking their time. It's their cup final to lose, so why would they not go on and do that now as they just keep knocking it about? Are we going to win this ball back? We've got Can on this left side, fresh legs. He needs to go on and put a bit of a press for us. Positive mentality. We're going to think passing forward, stuff like that. I mean, the vertical tiki-taka, it would make sense to go with that. You want to play forward with the ball vertically, through the field. I'm not sure why that's not been the plan already, but what can you do really, as Molde are coming on the attack here, really running through our defence. Bit of defending needed all the way through, and that is an awful goal to concede, and that is just highlighting all of our defensive problems. We just let the player run through. 2-0 the scoreline here, and it looks like we might just be out of European football. We need to, I mean, it's going to be a season where we miss out. We need to make a good name for ourselves in this Conference League if we want to go. And we could win it. I'm not saying we can't win it, but especially in the first season, it's unlikely. Not qualifying now is a big blow. Next season, there's going to be a huge focus on rebuilding the team, getting back into that position where we're in European football. Much to do. Hopefully the transfers get right. I mean, it's tough, quite tough, but we just have to see who we can bring in, if we get money, because the board will not support us. If we keep our job even, I think we will. I think we can convince them. We did it in the first season where we were very, very impressive and we got Europe and we're doing well in Europe, so I don't see why it's an issue. We made a final. It's just a bad league season when we've had other priorities. Much to focus on, but I think we can pull through and figure something out. And it's just, I said, it's a part of the process. There's things we have to embrace as part of this process, and there's probably going to be a season where we miss out on European football, and maybe this is the one. Unfortunately, it is a shame, but it's going to be a long process to win these European trophies now. We've had two very, very easy times, kind of with Santa Clara and KA. We now have to hang in there. Patience is required if we want to win that Conference League trophy in the future. But it's going to be important, next season, now that it looks like we won't be getting into them European spots, because we can have a good time to build a really strong team, so that when we do go back into the European football, we're going to have a team who can really, give it their all and be a dominant team in Europe, because you've got to beat some of the best players, best teams in all of Europe. Even though it is the Conference League, you've got the likes of, Tottenham, you've got you've got Lyon in here, I believe, just different teams like that. You've got Monaco in here. It's just a load of teams who we have to manage, and if we get over the line or not is something that will be determined by the team we bring in 2 years' time now, by the looks of it. Or we could just win the Conference League. Very, very unlikely, but it's going to be an important season next to bounce back. Good league campaign. If we don't, there's a lot of doubts as to whether we can do it here in Tromso after 3 seasons, but we really just have to see. It could be a runners-up. Well, it's looking like it will be a runners-up medal here for us. At least we get a medal. Always nice to come to a cup final, but against Molde, with all the games we've had, we were due a bad game eventually, and this is the one that looks like it is. In the Norwegian Cup, as just walking through our whole defense, we have to consider who we have to really change here in this defense. I mean, him coming in for a lot of money in the summer. We've got Sjogvis, who's been here a while, Norby, who's just come in this summer, Jorgensen, young player, Hansen is here with us as well. All the things we have to consider, but at least for now, we've got Conference League games coming up, which will be nice. We just want to see the full-time whistle in this game, collect our runners-up medals, and just focus on that next game where we go away. So one of the former rivals of ours in Vikingur, the dominant team over in Iceland. Hopefully we can go there and get a nice result against them. That would be very, very nice upon our return to Iceland. Maybe some of the KA boys will even be there to come and watch my return to Iceland. That would be very, very nice. We'll have to go and see. But is there a late goal for us here? It'll probably just be a consolation at this point. It looks like there is, and it is Nordbo of all people, the boy I trusted in for this game. At least he's got a goal. What he deserves, really. He's been one of the real good players in this team. Probably more minutes for it while he's actually leaving the club. I just remembered. So that is his, one of his last games as the full-time whistle goes here. We lose out in the cup final. Very, very unfortunate, but just not at it this season. So the team for this game against Vikingur in the Conference League, the chance to confirm ourselves in the playoffs for the round of 16 in the Conference League. I've made my first ever. I've allowed a player to leave the club on temporary leave. I think the first time ever. Charles Nwakwa, he says that he's having issues, struggling settling in the area. So we've given him some time off. Might as well let him have these games off, and he'll come back in around a month's time, which is a very, very cool thing. Another cool thing that we can show here is that we are giving a debut in goal on the channel to Volta Nivius in the net. He's the young goalkeeper who I bought in quite a while ago now, back up to Horgard. He's starting there now in goal. We've got him, Jorgensen, Hansen, Strogvist in the back, Dahl, Anderson, Norheim in the midfield, Erland on the left, Kuta on the right, and Nordbo up top. Kick off here in this game against Vikingur. Not the first time we've said this on the Corners of Europe Challenge, but we have returned back to Iceland here with Tromso, returning to the place we left, to a very snowy pitch here by the looks of it. What are the temperatures saying? If we go down to the match stats, we've got 6,000 in attendance, light snow at 0 degrees. Nothing we are not used to be honest. A win here would do us a lot of favours in qualifying for the next round. I think just a few points would even be alright for us. It doesn't guarantee us anything really, but if we do pick up those few points, we would be in a much better position to go on and qualify for those playoffs. And in knockout football, we have proven to be very, very impressive. We are unbeaten in knockout football, so we would really appreciate if we could get there. And then I mean, if we just keep going in the knockout games, we could win it all. But making that kind of last 32 is going to be very, very good, very impressive, and it's a start. It's a platform to build on. Our first taste in Europe, that's what I've treated this season as, and now we have to go and build on this and see how far we can go on and get as Anderson there on the edge of the box. He just put that shot wide. I was gonna say, with missing out on Europe for next year now, I remember with Leicester, You know, we never missed out on Europe 5 years in a row. We qualified for the Champions League every single time. There's a penalty in here as well. We could be in a little bit of trouble if this does go, and we do go 1-0 down. I remember with Leicester, we made in our first season quarter-final of the Champions League. Narrowly missed out to Manchester City, I believe it was, in that quarter-final. Then the next 2 years, we got round of 16, round of 16. It was disappointing, and then it took until that fourth season to make the final where we did come runners up. And then that the point in there is that it's a real long process to get to this point. Is that the Fabinho who I'm thinking about? Surely it can't be. But you know, the process of getting to this position is it? Wait, hang on. Let me go and take a look. Fabinho midfield. It's not that Fabinho. I thought it might have been. The process to get to that point is it's a very long one, and we have to, you know, we have to take our time, get to that point when it comes, and you know, if we've missed out next season, which we have, what we go and do from this point on now is build a team who's capable of going that next year. Some big signings, spend that money is probably most important. And if you come tomorrow for the transfers, and you know the season preview, that goal has snuck in as well. On our return to Iceland, Vikingur are giving us, showing us what we're missing out on, what we're not missing out on really, by leaving Iceland. 2-0 the scoreline here. We did thrash them when with KA 6-1 in this stadium, this exact stadium. So if we could do that again, that would be very, very nice. I've got very fond memories of the Vikingur stadium here, so to do that result again would be nice, and this goal could help us, but nothing goes in. We're going to go without a highlight at the start of the episode by the looks of it, if we are not able to get a goal and start off this game for ourselves properly. As the half-time whistle goes here, we're 2-0 down. It could be another loss, and we are our place in the next round not guaranteed at all. I mean, I think it looks like we could go through. We've got a tough game against CSKA Sofia, who are outside of the spots as it stands. All we need really is a point from this game. If we can come away with a point, that would be probably the best thing for us. But nothing is guaranteed at the moment, as you can see. We'll bring on a rear guard, a good morale, and we know what he can do. 15 goals for him this season. I think this is the first season, I don't want to say ever, but I think it is the first season where I've not had a striker score 20 goals. So unless a rear guard can get 5 in his next 2 games, that would be it would be the first season. There's a bit of a chance. It's hard to see with the snow what's going on in the light kits. It is a rear guarder though on the ball now on that far side. He's taking his time, seeing what he can do into Erline. It is a goal. We've pulled one back here in this game in 30 minutes to try and get some goals to tie this game up and take away at least a point from Vikingur. I thought it was going to be a tough game, but I thought we would also have the hope of stealing the win here and going through against a team who we've already played. I think the ability here in Iceland is a little bit better, but when you've got a team like in Norway, I should say, it's a little bit better than Iceland. But you've got to remember, you know, Vikingur, best team in Iceland, I would argue, and we need to, you know, we know their threat, we know how good they are. They might even be through for another goal here. The shot does go in, and it is 3-1, and our hopes of getting a point are slowly drifting away. You know, Volton Vinicius in goal is he's having a bit of a tough game, you know. And to be fair, he has been thrown in the deep end. Horgard has got he's got flu, I believe, so that's why he's missing out today. And it's just not been the day for us by the looks of it. CSKA, you'll see. It is crazy how we're gonna have to manage it. I don't think we're gonna have a season preview episode, because if we make them playoff games, we're gonna have to document them. So it's not. I don't even know. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. We're gonna get a rest from that next year by the looks of it, but it literally might not even be a break for us. That'll all be found out in the next few games. Whatever goes on, really, I don't know. Will we not even have any players because they're all on holiday? Will we be going through with this game because there has been a late goal for us? Erline getting another one for himself, and is there hope still of a comeback here to seal our qualification into the next round here? 3-2 the scoreline, 5 minutes left to try and find some goals. I've just realised I'm still in the cautious mentality. That's probably what's sent the game for us. A bit of a mistake by me there, to be fair. It's absolutely crazy what we're going to have to do, to be honest. We'll make some final changes here. Norby at the back to secure ourselves for Strogvist. in that wing back position, and then we'll give Delaveris a game on that left. Well, no, we'll leave Erlan on actually, 'cause it's been good. I mean, Kuto, we'll have to bring him off here, knocking the ball around well, seeing what we can do. Is there a late equaliser for us? And if we get that, can we hold on for the point? Instead of conceding late, Norheim into a rearguarder. Norheim is so offside. He is so offside. I think he's gone. He's not even gone early. I think he's just positioned. Very, very bad. Are the arms going to go in the air? Are we going to get a late equaliser? They are not. The goal has been disallowed here. The draw is not looking. It's going away from us as this game goes on and on. We'll give one final shout of encouragement. 5 minutes of added time here in Iceland, but it does look like it's going to be a loss. We've outperformed the XG. We've had the ball. We've had the goals. It's just not meant to be for us. Do we play the deciding game? I think we are secure at this point. We'll go and take a look. I'll decide. If not, you'll get the final message of the episode. And finally, confirmation: we are through to the next round of the Conference League at the expense of CSKA Sofia. I mean, honestly, our luck this season absolutely crazy. It only took a 4-4 draw. It goes 1-0 CSKA, then 2-0. We pull it back to 2-2. They make it 3-2. We make it 3-3, then 4-3. They get a red card. We literally sit deep for the rest of the game, and they still managed to find a late equaliser. Luckily, we are through just by the skin of our teeth. If we go to the league phase, 3 draws, 2 losses, 1 win in there. Not the most convincing, but it's how we do in knockout football now, which we'll see if we really can go on and win this trophy in the future. I mean, there's not really too many. There's some nice teams who we could play in here. I mean, there's teams who we've lost to already, teams who we've beaten. The game actually, the playoff game is not actually for a few months. It doesn't get drawn until the 1st of February. It is the 17th of December at the moment. So I think everyone will go on holiday and still be able to come back. So in tomorrow's episode, you will get both legs of the knockout round here, the playoff round in the Conference League, round of 32, and then we'll go and take a look at everything else and transfer stuff like that. Very eventful episode, bit of a disappointing end. We've also had the board meeting. I said, don't, if we're going to take a look, where was it? It was here. We said, just trust the process. Don't ignore the form and trust the process. I did it in my first season. You've just got to let it happen. You know what I mean? That's what it's looking like. Okay end to the season. At least we've managed to get to at least the round of 32. And yeah, we'll go and see what happens in tomorrow's episode. So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave with this little tune, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.